Hola, me llamo Ninika o Nikita en español. Nikita is what my Spanish friends, Spanish speaking friends, used to call me when I was a member of a Hispanic church in Montreal during my undergrad days. Okay, you may be wondering where I or how I learned Spanish. Well, I did Spanish. I studied Spanish for 7 years in high school. I specialized particularly in my last 2 years of high school, which were very, you know, pretty intense. I did a lot of work on my own because I didn't have the best Spanish teacher, to be honest. For a good part of that time, I did a lot of reading, also in French as well. I studied French at that time as well. I did a massive amount of reading. I read magazines, newspapers, books, looked at a lot of television, like programs in Spanish and things like that. By the end of that time, I could hold a conversation pretty comfortably. By the time I was 3, 4 years into high school, I was able to hold a conversation pretty comfortably because I worked out a system that worked well for me. And like most language teaching systems around the world, um, most people in Trinidad, if they do a language in high school, most times will not come away being able to have a conversation. Okay, forgive me, that's my fridge coming on, I think. Yeah, so sorry about the background noise, but yeah, when I left high school, I was able to hold a conversation pretty comfortably in French and Spanish because the system that I worked out worked pretty well for me. Anyway, I did French and I did Spanish for 7 years in high school. I was very disciplined. I studied, I worked hard, and I didn't, as we say in Trinidad, play the fool. I was a very disciplined student and I did well. Um, on graduating, I took a year off from high school to work and then went on to university in Canada. And in Canada, during my undergrad years, I lived in Montreal, I lived in Montreal, which is a French speaking city. It's well bilingual, English and French at the time that I was there. And during that time, I attended a Hispanic church. So the services were in Spanish. The benefit of that was that my accent improved. So my Spanish accent improved. And then after that, what did I do? I just had different opportunities to use Spanish, maybe much more than French. So, for example, I worked for a company at one point where I had two Spanish speaking colleagues, one from Mexico and one from Venezuela. And so I had the opportunity to practice speaking Spanish. And, to be honest, a lot of the Spanish that I remember now comes from my high school years, which, like I mentioned, were very intense. So, that accounts for a lot of the Spanish that I speak now or that I can remember now. And additionally, I follow a pastor online. His name is Freddie De Anda. Freddie De Anda. I'll put his name on the screen so you can see it. You can look him up. He's on YouTube, he's on Facebook. You can also look him up online. The name of his church is Casa de Gracia. He has a website. You can look for Casa de Gracia or you can look for Freddie de Anda and you will find a lot of resources, recursos in Spanish and English. Yes, I follow him online. His services are in Spanish. He himself will admit, he'll be the first to admit his Spanish isn't perfect, but he's perfectly fluent. His grammar may not always be perfect, but he's a fantastic speaker. I've learned a lot from him. His focus, su enfoque es la vida conyugal. His focus is, marriage and couples, parejas. And he offers a lot of great advice. I've learned a lot from him anyway, thanks to Freddie De Anda, and also just general resources on YouTube, music, all kinds of different things. I have been able to maintain and improve my Spanish. So that just gives you a bit of a background of, how I've used Spanish and how I've been able to maintain it. So that's a bit of a preamble, but here's my tip for Spanish that I think would help anybody improve in quick time, at least in one aspect. Anyway, what I'd like to do is offer you a quick tip which can help you improve your Spanish in quick time. So, in terms of pronunciation, if you would like to really ace Spanish, you need to ace the vowels. A, E, I, O, U. A, E, I, O, U. To ace the vowels, you really need to make sure that your mouth is doing the right thing. So for you open as if you're at the dentist, right? Gato, gato. I must admit, this is a vowel that I have typically not always pronounced correctly in Spanish. I tend to close my mouth a little bit too much. And so it might sound more like gato, gato, but it's gato, gato. You hear the difference? Gato. And then for the second vowel, A, you stretch your lips. Stretch your lips sideways pretty wide. A, like bendición, bendición. Okay. And same thing. You stretch your lips. E as in cinco, cinco. All right. And how about O, O, O? You gotta round your lips. O, O, O. All right. You need to round your lips as in octubre, 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 octubre. Okay. Ooh, and now we have the final one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Right? You kind of push your lips out and also round them. So you're pushing your lips out and rounding them. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Pushing your lips out, but you're keeping your lips kind of together. Ooh, ooh. Not closed, but together. Fairly close. Ooh, ooh. Right? So, as in universidad, universidad. If you get the vowels right, you'll be well on your way with Spanish. I think, in terms of pronunciation, Spanish might be one of the easiest languages out there because the vowels are pretty consistent. Of course, if a vowel is combined with another vowel or other letters, you may have to, learn specific sounds. But generally, once you work with A, E, I, O, U, A, E, I, O, U, you should be good to go. And you would sound a lot more authentic and natural. So that's just my quick tip for today. Okie dokie, I hope that's helpful. Hasta la próxima.